and I know that that's why I didn't say anything to him
Yeah.
right away, because maybe that's why, I just didn't want to, because I mean, again, everybody, there might be a story behind that where I don't know about. So maybe that's why I held back and I didn't say anything either.
Oh yeah, well,
but I also know I was reading it tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad that you did it, because you would be coming from the fear place. You would be almost dropping a big old mess on his lap, going, these are all of my false evidence appearing real statements that makes me believe we're not going to work out and I'm wasting my time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, you got it. That's pretty spot on. I didn't even think of looking at it that way. That would be a great way for me to approach him, on at least on that piece, because you're right, because I try to weigh like all the, like what actually has happened, because I remember when I was going through my divorce and stuff, a lot of things go through your mind, as far as like things start coming to your mind that's not true. Like, I'm not pretty enough, he left me because I'm not this, or I'm not that, or whatever. So those false things start coming into your head. And that was something that I had tried really hard to, putting up my little Post-it saying, you're beautiful, you're confident, all that stuff, right? So that I didn't listen to that.
Yes.
But one of the biggest things that I tried really hard was to not build up a wall. And because I was like, I can't put what happened to me, or what happened what he did to me, I can't put that on anybody else, right? So I was really deathly afraid of that piece. But at the same time, I know, like, for example, in this case, then I start holding back. Mm-hmm. Or I don't want to express exactly how you said, or I express it in such a different way because I just don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah.
So
really, you're just trying to protect yourself right now.
Yeah. It's interesting because I didn't think I was doing that still, but I mean, you pretty much you caught me on that one. I can see that. That's a big aha moment for me right now.
Yeah, I can feel that. What's coming up for you?
It's pretty crazy.
Well, share. I'm here for you. What's coming up? Let it out. It wants to come out. It doesn't want to control your life anymore. This fear wants to be gone. That's why it's showing up right now. You've asked to release anything that's not serving you. You've asked that.
I just think that that's maybe just why I've been just so strong. And just very, blunt, confident, all that kind of stuff. It's just to counter for that, because it is hard for me to be vulnerable if I say those things. But now looking back, I might have been even though I try very hard to give you guys benefit of the doubt, but it's like, I do feel, now that you said that, it's like the fear of going through that again. Not just with my ex-husband who did that, but it's like, even with the, other guys that I've dated, how do I, because for me, it's more action that I see, but it's like, as soon as I see something that I don't like, it's like I off right away. Like I emotionally just cut off. And that's how I felt today, because it's like I've seen, so this whole time through the 6 dates, I'm like really liking this guy. I can deal with all of this, but then it's like this one thing, and it's almost like I don't want to say I'm trying to find an excuse to not have a relationship, because it's not that. But it's like, as soon as I see something where I might not, I guess I don't know if it's a trust issue or just like I want to see action. And obviously 6 dates is not enough for me to see action yet from him. I mean, but like you said, he's saying yes to the like picking me up to go to lunch, which I absolutely loved.
I could tell you were
But
really
I
excited.
think what I'm afraid of,
You're really
yeah,
excited.
I was really
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for me, the reason why I'm so excited is because usually I feel like I give more than I receive. And with him, the reason why I'm so excited with him is because he's actually giving and he's actually following through. So, and this is the first guy that I've dated who has been that way. So I think like how you were saying is like, now that I'm seeing this and now that I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. So now, like exactly how you're saying is, now am I looking for evidence to be like, this can't be real either. Like he has all this other stuff. And am I gonna sabotage, if you will, this because of that? Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah, you gotta, this is some processing. I would even go a little bit deeper and really go into what it would be like to trust, and why why is there fear coming up, and you might need to talk, but usually some of the work I've done in the past is you bring out your little girl and go, when did little Angelica decide that trust was not good? And it sometimes could have been from a girlfriend or a family or someone that you were like, I trusted you, or I thought that it was safe and it didn't go through, or that person hurt you, or you felt like you couldn't trust. And it even could have been your ex. It could be anybody. But usually something happens when we're younger in different scenarios. And we have to go and we say, you know what, I can be strong without you. And I can do things without having to trust other people. And so you have created a life very much in a way that you are a very strong and competent and independent woman, but you also have this whole other side of this little girl that you can talk to her and go, Angelica, it's okay to trust now.
Yeah. I think, and trying to think back is like, I think even though I have met some really good guys actually in dating, but then I've also have met some not so good guys,
Of
and it could be
course.
as well. And this other guy that I had dated, it's pretty crazy because he was also a gym manager, but from the South side, South Seattle. And in dating him, I know that he had brought out a lot of the, maybe that's why I'm reverting back to not trusting, because I know with him, and now thinking about it, like we had connected because he was really good about telling stories and all this stuff. And it has nothing to do with him being, I usually find out that these guys are, like I found out after the fact of me talking with Kevin that he was a gym owner. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I just dated a guy who owns his own gym. So I didn't tell him that. But with him, I had I was open with him because I told him, I'm like, I'm actually a trusting person with regards to like the jealousy, all that stuff with other girls. I'm like, just as long as you don't give me a reason to be, then I'm okay. Like they're your clients, whatever. I understand that. But at the same time, there were little red flags for me as I was dating him. I had dated him for a couple months. And there were little red flags with him where I was like, okay, I think he's not exclusive. I thought we had that exclusivity conversation. Because I don't like to be physical. If unless exclusivity is established.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
Yeah. So with him, I thought it was that way, but then, so he ended up ghosting on me after dating for a couple months. Yeah. So I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? All that stuff. So it's like, again, it's like, and then he ended up messaging me back, and I can tell right away, like, why is he messaging me back? Because he already knows what I want. He knows what type of person I am. Like, I'm not just somebody to just have a booty call with.
Yeah.
So what does he want? So that piece of me was like, that's that thing. But it could be all my insecurities coming back again.
Oh,
And not being able
absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
with that.
There's layers of insecurities each one of us women have. And I'm telling you, I go deeper and deeper in my own insecurities and feeling like there's trust and then being rejected. And feeling like that person, especially when you're reaching out and then there's no reply back. That's a lot to go through, because emotionally we're invested, sexually, mentally, spiritually, and then, not feeling like that person's responsive makes us really reflect on who we are, and we start creating judgments of who we are, and then we start second guessing our decisions of who we're inviting into our life. It just can turn into a spiral effect. Right. And so thankfully for you, you keep on trying and you keep on getting back out there. Like, I'm going to find this one. But you've also made some internal beliefs and agreements with yourself around how you're either going to really be sure that he is trustworthy, and that's almost like a controlling factor. If I can't control how trustworthy he is, then I can't be in this relationship.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's why it's kind of hard for me, because I had worked so hard. And this is where all the emotions coming from, is because I had worked with my ex-husband after that divorce. I so hard to not do that, because I want to be able to trust somebody. I don't want to have that wall and all that stuff. So I worked so hard, but now, as I'm talking to you and thinking about it, also processing it.
Of course.
I think it just came out. It might have just gotten brought up from that situation, even though I thought it was nothing. Because at the same time, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to be with a guy who's like that anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously, it hurt me without me even realizing it. So,
and it's how you heal from that, right? It's like, I'm going to be able to trust, and here's another gym owner, and it's kind of hard to, not feel like this can happen again. I know I would think those same things.
Yeah.
So I want to be conscious of time, because you're doing so well, and be able to do two things. I feel like today's time, we really went into what was really most needed, which was really uncovering it is. And I'll look through your homework and we'll go through that together on our next session. But as you can tell, this is a deeper layer of work that we do, than just answering questions and just doing that. It's really helping you see, where am I holding back love and where am I creating love? And is there stories that I'm telling myself that aren't real? Or am I really allowing myself to feel and then express those feelings with someone and seeing how he responds? And that's the best part, is I want to share myself. And then I always feel like, be curious on how he responds. Does he embrace you? Does he comfort you? Whenever I ask a question to my husband, like, I'm feeling this way, and he's like, I really got to look in the mirror, because that's not how I want you to feel. And if there's something I'm doing that's making you feel that way, I need to change that. So that's how my husband operates. And I know that there's good men out there that are like that. And so but I give him the opportunity by sharing how I'm feeling, not attacking him, not blaming him, not creating all this fear or false stories. I say, this is just what I'm feeling right now. Can you help me explain some of these boundaries? Can you help me explain some of this? So I know where this is all at. I just need some help with clarifying all of that, and let him share. and be in that place.
That's a great. Yeah, definitely. I'll do that with him.
Awesome.
Ah.
Yay. And so what I'll do is I'm going to send you a link to my calendar, and then
Okay.
you can just submit when their next time is going to work for you. And I'm thinking like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. If not, I think that about give you enough time to process this, integrate this, see what happens with Kevin and Jeff, and then we can go from there. And if you have any questions between now and then, you have my email, and I'll reply back to any email that you send.
Okay. Is it the one that you just sent me?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll send you my homework again. I'll get all the stuff out of my notepad and into there.
Yes.
You can have that. Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll send that
Thank
over
you.
the weekend.
Well, you did very good today. I wish I could have more time to chat with you and be able to connect, but I fortunately already have another client waiting, but I just am so congratulations on being so open.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Definitely opened something in me that I was like, what? So.
Well, good job for being so open, and I'm excited for you, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.